Morning, I want to share with you this what God was shared with me. I was going to visit my mother the other day, and I was just driving along in my car, and God dropped these thoughts about bridging the bridge between hurt relationship, especially in the family. And He gave me two great examples of how He repaired the breach that was in the family, in the story of Jacob and Esau. And then he also told me about Joseph and his brothers. I want to tell you the biblical stories of Joseph found in Genesis 35 and through 50, if you'll read it for yourself. They highlight betrayal, highlight hardship, they highlight the forgiveness factor and divine provision, even in the fitness, the forgiveness factor. And Esau and Jacob, two brothers alike, they told the story of betrayal. They told the story of jealousy, and they finally recon, reconcile after a number of years. You can read that in the book of Genesis. You can find it for yourself. But I want to tell you a little bit about what happened in Jacob's case. In chapter 27, Isaac, his father, blessed Jacob. He gave him the number one son blessing. That blessing should have went to Esau by birthright. But by Esau, stepped in there and stole the blessing with the help of his mother. So he got the blessing, and Esau came and found his dad is sick. He said, "Bless me, would give me that fatherly blessing." And Esau couldn't receive the fatherly blessing because Jacob had received that blessing. So Jacob escapes from Esau because Esau was very angry, and Esau wanted to kill Jacob. And so Jacob escaped, and he bowed at a place called Bethel in chapter 28, that he vowed that the God would take care of him while he's gone and bring him back again. He would totally serve him. And we find out that Jacob went through a lot of problems. He met Laman, his father-in-law, and his father-in-law tricked him as much as Jacob tricked Esau to get the blessing. And then we found out after 28 years, take it now, 28 years. 28 years you and your family have been at odds. 28 years you haven't spoke to your brother. 28 years you thought your brother wanted to kill you for something you did. For 28 years, you go back and you prepare to meet your brother. I want to tell you, in between that, God is a wrestling with Jacob, and when he wrestled with Jacob, he blesses Jacob. Some major factors that in that blessing, he blessed Jacob, and Jacob and Esau meet in chapter 33 of Genesis. This is what it said. 33 and about the third verse. Jacob crossed over before them, that's his family, and bowed himself to the ground 7 times until he came near to his brother Esau. But Esau ran to meet him and embraced him, fell on his neck, kissed him, and they wept. Oh, what a reunion that was. What a reunion that was. I found some key points from all that, and I'm going to share those with you. The key first one is when you have a breach, something, a tearing of a relationship, maybe because of something you said, maybe because of something you did. When you have that, you have to have an interrogation. You have to be truthful with yourself. And Jacob was truthful with himself when he wrestled with God. He was truthful with himself. He understood what he had done. And he wanted to make amends for it. That's why he sent his family ahead and sent gifts to Esau. Sent gifts to Esau. I've done wrong, and I want to make right. First you have a breach, and then you have a personal interrogation, knowing what you've done, and then you have a level of forgiveness. So Esau comes up, and he meets Jacob. Can you see? Jacob runs to him and bows before him 7 times to say to himself, I'm not greater than you. You are my brother. And Esau said, why are you doing all that? You're my brother. So they don't talk about what went wrong. They don't talk about what you did wrong. They decided to reconcile with each other. Oh, what a happy occasion that is when we reconcile. We don't worry about what it was. We don't worry about what we did. We decide to reconcile with our brothers and our sisters. I want to tell you that today is a day of you can reconcile with your loved one. You can reconcile from hurt feelings. Not go back and talk about it. Because if you talk about what happened, you'll get to take sides again. But if you reconcile and you just make it right. I heard of a story of a pastor. She said that she had been at odds with a sister for 6 years. And they hadn't talked to each other in 6 years. And she said that, called the sister up to the stage, and she said, we reconciled. When we met each other, we didn't decide to say anything. We hugged each other. And we reconciled with each other. And it was good. He said we would start talking, we would say what went wrong. But we decided to overlook what went wrong, or who was right and who was wrong, and reconcile today. I want to tell you that the healing power of God is available right now. It's available to you to reconcile with your loved one. You can reconcile with people that hurt you. You can reconcile with all. I want you to know that Jesus gave us a minister of reconciliation. And I want you to know that he loves to see you in right relationship. He gave his son that we might have right relationship with him. So he's interested in you all getting it right. And you can get it right today. You can get it right today. All you've got to do is say to the one, I'm going to get it right. No, you don't need to say that. You can say, I'm sorry. Maybe that's what you want to say. You don't need to go into details. I'm sorry. And God can reconcile. What happens when you reconcile? You have wholeness that you didn't have before. When you reconcile, you have a friend that you've been absent from years and years of your life. You have some wise counsel. And you have more of the love of God that pours into your heart from the Holy Spirit because you reconcile with those you were at odds with. Today is your moment to reconcile. And I want you to know, if you get it right, it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a greater day. Deliverance is here and available for you.